Okay, we're going to play some more Slitherlink. This is for beginners basically who want to learn the patterns that makes playing go faster. Again, I'm using Slitherlink by Crazy Dad, my favorite online interactive Slitherlink. And I've chosen a 10 by 10 from easy level. I like this one because it has a few patterns that are really worth learning. Okay, if you like this Crazy Dad Slitherlink, please go play his games, see what he's got, and make him a donation. I know I found that definitely worthwhile. Okay, let's start in the top right corner. We have 2 1s in a corner. So we have our regular 1 in a corner pattern. And then this one is kind of a 1 in a corner. It's got, whenever you see a 1 that's got, let me just double check that I have my auto check answers off so that I can mess around a little bit. There we go. Okay, so if you have a 1 that has 2 crosses or 2 X's outside of its immediate square, just like that on a corner, it means that these 2 are also X's, which is why the 1 in the corner is actually like that. So this puts the 1 in the corner when there's 2 X's like that. So if we look at this one below it, we can sort of assume that if there were a segment there, effectively we have a segment with a X in it. So we've got that XX pattern, so we're going to get another XX right there to mirror it. Okay, so now you can notice something right away, which is this one is basically solved because we have 3 X's. We're going to put a segment on the last remaining one. Okay, so then this one we don't know yet. I mean, the 2 could go this way, or this could be empty and the 2 could go this way. We don't know yet. So we'll just leave it for later. Okay, other corners. Here we have a 3 in a corner, which goes like this, right? But we also have multiple 3s next to each other, all in a row. So we know that it goes in a serpentine pattern. This, we can put the lines in between like that. And then when it solves, it's in a serpentine pattern, so we can just go like that and it's done. Or, let me undo that. Whenever you see this, like multiple 3s in a corner that are either up and down or left to right, you can just go like this. Because you know what the solution is. So here's another version of that multiple 3s pattern. And this is how we set it up. But there's a 2. And whenever there's a 2, like this one over here, whenever there's a 2 next to this situation here, next to the 3s, either on top, not to the corner, not to the side, right? But like right next to the 3s like that, the other side of the 2 gets a segment. Same is true of this one here. Same is true of this one here. And in fact, if it's not on the end, like it is here, but it's in the middle like it is in here, we can solve that too right away and solve the serpentine format of this one like that. Okay, very good. Now we're cooking. Okay, so we've solved this 1 over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put its X's down and then continue with the 3s. Because I like to fill in the X's. It just makes things clearer. Okay, so we have another set of 3s down here. So let's go like that. Boom, 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 boom. I'll speed up a little. You're not a child. Well, you might be a child. And then we have the 2, right? But if you look over here, see this is outside of the loop here. So we know that we have to solve this one by turning this way. So, because this is inside of the loop, across the line is outside of the loop. So across the line is inside, so this line had to go this way, which solves this, like that. However, when you get to know what these things look like, you will take a look at this and you'll go like, oh, there's a 3 next to an area that's outside the loop. That's immediately like that. Okay, so, and we also have another pattern that might have clued you in faster too, which is instead of diagonal 3s, we have diagonal 3s with 2s in between, which behaves exactly like diagonal 3s. They get those opposite corner brackets, like I call them. Okay, so we can easily solve this one here again, like so. And we have a 2 pointing at another 2, which solves that one. This 2 needs another segment to be done, and so does this one. We have a stack of 3s here, so let's finish that off. And we have a closed region over here. We need 2, oh, and we have a 2 in a corner. So 2 in the corner always goes like that. And this one is solved, so let's put an X there. And so now we have 4 ends in this closed region, which means they have to tie together. And if they're odd, they won't tie together. So we know we're in good shape. We just have to figure out how it goes. Well, this line has to come down this way because it can't go to the other side. So that 2 solves like that. That segment closes together like that. Easy peasy. Okay. Okay, so what am I seeing up here? I have a 3 next to this on the edge, and it's out. It's right next to an outside the loop area, so I know that it closes off there. And that means this S shape goes like that, and this 2 gets solved like that. So easy. This line has nowhere else to go. This doesn't either, so there we go. Okay, this 3 already has an X where its opening is. The other 3 lines are going to be filled. And because we don't have anywhere to go here, we get the little top hat shape. And then we have a segment that's poking the corner of a 3. So the other side of the 3 gets a little bracket. But this is a pair of stacked 3s. So if we finish that off, it goes like that. The S shape goes like that. We have another miracle 2 over here. I think I'll start calling it that. And this line continues like that to finish this 2. Okay, well, we have a 1 over here that's solved. And I can finish its X's like that. And then I can put a little top hat on this 3. So good. Okay, this line doesn't have anywhere else to go, so it continues this way. 3s, when they get this like 2-prong thing going on here. Let's finish that 2 like that. Then there's nowhere else to go except for that it would wrap around. There's no way else it could get solved except to do that. Another miracle 2 over here. And this 2 can get solved like that. And this 2 can get solved like that. Oh, look, miracle 2 over here. Fantastic. And that answers our 1 situation over here too. Okay, let's do a little bit of easy stuff. Like we got this one that needs to turn the corner. This one has nowhere else to go but to go there. A miracle 2, yay. And then this segment has to close. So that's good. Okay, so these lines don't have anywhere else to go but to there. And this one has to go there. And we have a closed region here, and that's easily resolved. Now this line here can't go that way, so it's got to go this way until it has some other option. Now again, no islands and no separate parts, so this is not going to be able to close off, which means that this line has nowhere else to go but here, and this one here, and our 1 has 3 X's. That means it gets a segment here. Again, we can't close this segment off, so we know that this is going to stay open, which directs our lines over here. Now, we don't know where this shape is going to connect to the other shapes, so maybe this does close off or this closes off. We don't know where this segment is going to go, this way or this way. We don't know. So let's just leave it and do what we can do in the meantime. And this, we have a direction on that one. This one has to turn the corner there. Let's see. I'm kind of seeing in a holistic way what the solution is, but let's logic our way through it. So when you get better at them, you can just kind of see the solution, but I'm trying to take it step by step so you can come with me. This line comes down here, nowhere else to go but here. Okay, let's see, we've got a closed region here. So none of these lines can get out. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. We've got 6, which means we're in good shape. And how can we connect them all without creating any breaks in the shape here? So I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna close this one off. I'll try this way, and then that, I'll try this way, and that way. And that gives us a more completed shape. Now I have, no lakes and no islands, right? So I can't close this lake, which is what I call the areas that are outside the loop. So I'm putting an X there, which means gives me some guidance, right? It shows me my line goes that way. This 2 is solved this way. The line has to turn the corner there. Again, no lakes, no islands. So that has to solve like that, right? So now all we have left is this thing. Now remember, this 3 on the edge is next to some outside space. So we know that it's walled away from that. And we have a closed region of 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just finish it off like that. Looks good. Okay. To practice 5 things under all circumstances constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. I don't know. I think there are times to be silly and to celebrate too, so I'm going to disagree. All right, I hope you enjoyed that or it was helpful in some way. And I'm going to do some more of these in varying levels of explanation. So please join me again and again. Please support Crazy Dad's puzzle site if you appreciate him. Thank you. Bye-bye.